let's get in here. Over it are 19. So this is the next one, the QTC, the famous sentence. So the first thing is this famous sentence, عليها تسعة عشر. Okay, so where is, so over it are 19. This is a very famous sentence, right? So we all know Rashad Khalifa made a huge thing out of this. He made a code out of this, a 19 code, which is not the case. So today, the first part is really just understanding the message, and we're gonna see what the hints are to decipher this, to actually see, okay, what is the real message here? Okay, so very important thing. So you guys all, I'm assuming most of you know this surah, right? You guys do know Surah 74. So the surah is called Al-Mudathir. Okay, Al-Mudathir. Okay, so it's a very interesting word, right? So just show you guys. So guys, remember in Salah 2, what was the mu? What does it do? The mu? Exactly, so Mudathir. Okay, so it makes into an active participle. It's a very unique one. It's, it's the form 5. And it basically means something that's hidden. Okay, something that's really not hidden like a typical hidden, like wrapped up, like you conceal it for, you want it to be discovered later on. It's like a secret package that you put in the ground, you hide it, and then you come, you open the ground, you open the time box, you open it up, you're like, wow, look at this thing. There's like a special message that was meant to be discovered in the future. That's really the old school understanding of this word, which is really interesting. Okay, so quick. This surah, when it starts, yeah, you had mudathir, then it goes to explain something. This is one of the rare surahs where Allah, when you get to around here, he's personally talking. He does this other places, of course, but not like a long, this is a pretty long dialogue that Allah has like a Allah is normally it's more like a narrator when you read the Quran. But there's obviously places where Allah talks directly, but here Allah is very personal, and it's a very serious matter. And he doesn't do this ever again like this. It's very unique. So just quick. So it starts, stand, then warn, and your Lord, then magnify greatly. وَرَبَّكَ فَكَبِّرْ. This also is a really cool sentence. If you just go here in Arabic, okay, وَرَبَّكَ فَكَبِّرْ. This is what's known as a palindrome in English. What is a palindrome? That means if you take out the wa, the ra, ba, ka, fa, ka, ba, ra, it's a mirror letter. The ra is here, the ra is in the end, the ba is here, the ba is here, the ka is here, the ka is here, and the fa is the centerpiece. This is a mirror, a palindrome. There's only 2 in the Quran. This is one of them, and it's really cool. So it's a very unique way of writing. It's really cool. So if you put basically a straight line right here, exactly, see a mirror, right? So it's really cool. So your Lord magnify, and your clothes clean them, and the filth, paganism, then abandon, and do not do a favor to acquire more, and for your Lord then be patient. Little advices, really interesting. Then when the naqur, so it's a unique word that Allah uses, right, at verse 8. So the naqur, which is a naqur, so a musical instrument, wind instrument, bugle. So it's like will be tapped. فَإِذَا نُقِرَ فِي النَّاقُورِ. Okay, so when it's being tapped, clicked on, so it's very interesting. So Allah doesn't use the horn is blown like he normally says. He uses a different wording. Then that will be the day, a difficult or hard day for the disbelievers, other than being easy. And this is where it becomes super personal, like I was saying, right about here, right? So leave me. So Allah's talking directly now, and whoever I created as an individual or alone, and I made for him extensive wealth or money, and children present as witnesses, and I smoothed or made out everything evenly or flattened for him with facilitation, meaning his life was super easy. Then he expects or he wants more, or that I azid, I add more. So Allah's constantly I. Very unique, okay? It's very personal. So what is happening? Okay, you'll see. But no, indeed, he has been with our verses, anida, okay, he's been obstinate is the proper word, stubborn. Very interesting. That means he sees the verses, he understands the verses, he is against the verses, he's stubborn, like really like negative with Allah. He's, in other words, the person is aware of Allah and his verses. Very to now it becomes our verses. Ayatina. So soon I shall oppress him, burden him, bring him down with a severe steep hill. So in the punishment of Jahannam, which is where we're getting to. And this is where it's super interesting. What Allah is saying. Indeed, he reflected, thought over, contemplated. Innahu fakkara wa qaddar. So he calculated, determined, evaluated, guesstimated. So may he be slain, faqutila. So may he be slain or killed. Kayfa qaddar, how he calculated, determined, evaluated. Now, it's strange because who is Allah talking to here? Is it Rashad people? Because they calculate it, right? The number 19 and all that. And then afterwards, he may be slain, killed, how he calculated, determined, evaluated, guesstimated. Again, qaddar. Then afterwards, he looked. Then afterwards, he frowned and he whined. He was whining. Then afterwards, he turned back and became arrogant. So he said, this is not but magic being transmitted. This is not but the word of bashar, mortal. And that right there was the trigger, I see, that Allah really angered Allah when he said that the words of Allah is the words of man. Then Allah sa'uslihi saqar. So now I am going to roast him on saqar. So this is where this subject switches again. Allah really dislikes this human being. So just a quick pause. This human being type is someone who's aware of Allah's verses, who's stubborn against it. That means he's aware of the verses. He doesn't like it. He starts analyzing the verses. He starts calculating things. He's whining about Allah. And then he becomes arrogant after. And then eventually he thinks it's magic or there's some sort of sorcery in Allah's words. And then he says, you know what? It's not even that. It's man-made. So it became a pretty amazing, shocking to man-made book. Pretty interesting type of person. So it's a person of the book. Okay, very important. And Allah's going to roast this person. And Allah says, what is going to make you realize what saqar is? It neither spares, retains, remains, nor does it leave behind. Okay, so imagine like a grill. You burn some meat on the grill. The juice comes out, right, of the meat, and on the frying pan, and the juice kind of like evaporates, right, because of the heat. So that's what is being described. A scorching, withering grilling pan. Lawahatun lil bashar. Okay, for mortals, humans. And over it, this gigantic saqar grilling pan, there are 19. That's it. Okay, guys? So Allah did this entire intro for alayha tis'ata ashar. So to get to this major verse, he explained a lot of things, and there's a lot of anger and a lot of shock. Like Allah's really not happy with this type of person, this type of believer, and so on. Okay, now we can go back to the document. We don't need that anymore.